Okay, we are live. What's up, Red Elastic? How you doing? I'm good. How about you, Red Elastic? Just wanting to see if more people come. In the meantime, let me get stuff ready. Do, 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 do. Not much. My computer's doing an update, so I can't use it for a while. By the way, there's something that I have to tell you. What is it, Red Elastic? Also, what's up, D Miles? Not much. Okay. What's the thing you have to tell me, Red Elastic? I've changed my mind on the next score request. It's going to be Juliet Starling versus Frank West instead of Ryu versus Liu Kang. Song Vicky theme phase 1 from Lollipop Chainsaw. Okay. I'll add that to the list. like things. I was saying that I actually need to work on the next 10 episodes of Ultimate Showdown. If I don't finish before you end your stream until we meet again. Alright, see ya. Oh my. Jesus, what was I on there? I don't know why that for some reason was more of a struggle than anything else. I don't know why. But anyways, and if anybody's got any questions, post them in the chat. I'll be gladly to answer them. What do you say? Wanna go around? Hey, hey, gaming guy. What's up? for some reason I was thinking of skillet when I wrote that. So what's up, people? Anything new happen or something? Well, I do gotta get my skills. I am here in the flesh. In the flesh. Every second there that you said I am here in the flesh. Oh my god. What's up, JR? So you might be wondering what is this about. Um this is actually for fucking car. Um, this is for my Death Battle series, and this is the second episode of that series. It's Joe Higashi, this guy, from King of Fighters versus Adon from Street Fighter. Now, probably some of you might be thinking, wait, you have a versus series? Yeah, I do actually. The first episode I did for this series was Deathstroke from DC versus Taskmaster from Marvel. And generally, I never touched the series again. Not because I lost faith in it, but not lost faith, but not like I got bored of it, because I still want to do these. It's just that it takes a long time to do these, and I'm only one dude doing this, so yeah. I'm the dude who's doing most of the research, most of the fight, and so on and so forth. So you can tell that this is very difficult for just one person. And this is another example of a thing that I haven't done in a long time. Because genuinely, I still, like, I haven't, the preview for, Joe, the preview for Adon has already came out and stuff and all that. But, like, with, with the Joe, preview that is yet to come out. Mostly because that's, again, like I said, this takes a long time to make, and so on and so forth. I really hope I can get Origin to do the third fight. I really hope so, because it will make things easier. It'll make things a lot easier for me to get this done, because I generally do want to continue this series. I don't know why I put red here. It's supposed to be orange. Because I generally do want to continue the series, because I do have a lot of fun with it. You better start preparing those horror scores, man. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. If y'all got any questions, post them in the chat. I'll be willing to respond to any question you may have. By the way, I'm at episode 150 on Hitman Reborn. It's such an underrated anime. Hell yeah. There's multiple underrated animes out there, you know. Like like Yu Yu Hakusho, um Inuyasha, what else? What else? An underrated anime. Like there's so many underrated animes out there, like Twin Star Accident, Yuchino Tutoria. Actually never seen those ones. Let me look it up. Actually, it sounds interesting. Nope. Back. Twin Star. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yes, I remember this. I remember this anime. I really do. Actually, it's yeah. Their notifications for. I do it, Jane. Said happy birthday. Give me a second. No, wait, no, go back. No, go back. Ah, son of a bitch. Sorry about that. That was my fault. My bad. That was my fault. I accidentally clicked the thing by accident. Hold on, before I look up the other one, let me reply to Duo Dreamer. Just give it a second. It was on I just realized. I'd say that yes. I don't know. I like. Damn. What did I put? Damn it. Sorry. Sorry if the stream is fucking up. You know. Yeah, I'm sorry if the stream is low. It does that sometimes. Come on, go green again. Son of a bitch. I apologize for that. Greatly, I do. Because I don't like it when it happens either. I don't like the fact that the stream turns red, you know. Is anybody still in the chat? Me, alright. Again, I apologize for if the stream's buffering or something like that. That for some reason always happens. I don't know why. It's just sometimes it does. Come on, go green, go fucking green. Hey, what's up, Sonic the Hedgehog? We got Sonic the Hedgehog in here. We got Mega Man. We got Sonic the Hedgehog, and I believe we used to have Deadpool. Sonic, if the stream's buffering, I apologize for that. Sometimes it just happens. Eventually it turns back to green. It doesn't stay like that for a long time. In the meantime, this is like a little break thing. It's not. Oh, okay. Now what the fuck is this? Still here, whatever. Now let me look up the other anime that gaming guy did. Yushiru Tutoria. Yushiru Tutoria. Ishio Tutoria. Now this one I did not see. This one I never seen. This is the first time I've seen this. First time I've heard about it. I guess it's about a giant lion. Giant lion with long fucking hair. What is it about? Someone help me on that. What's the premise about this one? Sonic doesn't watch anime. But Shadow the Hedgehog watches Kill la Kill. Oh, it's a tie. It's a tiger, my bad. Shadow watches Kill la Kill. It's confirmed. Uh, a little complicated watch it to understand. Okay, I'll watch it at some point. But I remember the first one. I remember Twin Star Exogens. I remember that one. I remember coming across like some AMVs on it and stuff like that. And I've seen like little glimpse of clips on it, but I haven't watched the whole episodes of it. But I remember seeing it. I remember seeing just a few glimpses of here and there. But I never seen the full series. I just seen a few glimpses of it. But I remember hearing about it. It's that one anime I never watched, but heard of. So I gotta check that one out. But yeah, there's like a lot of underrated animes out there and all that sort of stuff. Because like um there's animes out there that I feel don't get the reputation that should have. Like, there's other good animes out there like Fairy Tail, Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, One Punch Man, Hunter x Hunter, Yu Yu Hakusho, Hitman Reborn, and so many others. But there's just some that are very underappreciated. Like, no one much talks about or has yet to seen on it. It's like the I don't know why, but it's just like that. See, because that's why in some ways, when characters that people never heard of, like or never seen, like for example, Afro Samurai, when he fought Samurai Jack, and when Death Battle introduced him to that, a lot of people said that they thought Afro Samurai was a interesting character. People thought Afro Samurai was such an interesting character that they decided to check out the anime that he's in. And in some ways, it helps when characters that people don't know of be in Death Battle because that gets them introduced. Like I remember when Yang from Ruby was revealed at the end of Hercule from Dragon Ball Z versus Dan Hibiki from Street Fighter. When Yang was revealed, almost 100% of people barely knew who the fuck she was. Really. Most of the time, no one knew who the hell she was. Including me. I didn't know who the hell Yang was. Like, seriously, a lot of people really did not know who Yang was until they looked it up. And when she fought Tifa, a lot of people got into Ruby. That includes me too. Yeah. Like when a when a lot of people don't know a character, they get introduced to that, and I think it's nice and all that sort of stuff. Now, when it comes to versus matches, um, when people don't know a character at all, like for example, many people did not know Hiei's full capabilities at all. I mean, I didn't know who Yang or Tifa were. That's understandable. But like, when it comes to like debates, sometimes I see people like downplay. Sorry if you hear background in the noise. Fucking ambulances keep passing by. Go the hell away. Fucking ambulances never want to leave. I feel like I'm the only kid around here. um. Anyways, back on topic. When it comes to versus debates, when the person doesn't know a character that's going to be sorry about that. I had a just received a phone call. Didn't know who it was because people. But like when a character that in versus debating that people don't know of, for example, Hiei, a lot of people downplayed Hiei to the point where it makes you wonder if they even heard of Hiei or even watched Yu Yu Hakusho or even bothered to look up Hiei's capabilities. Because I've seen many people say, oh, it was an easy win for Sasuke, and not really giving much of a reason as to why, all because they know Sasuke more than not Naruto, know Sasuke more than Hiei, and it's like you do know that's not how it works. You have to know both characters to make it a legitimate debate. Because it's not a debate if one person knows only one character and doesn't know the other character. Therefore, they would just talk about more of the character that they know of instead of the character that they don't know of, and it's not like that. It shouldn't be like that because it's not a debate if someone has no knowledge of this particular character. Like, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example real quick. Let me quickly say this into my watch later. I know it's odd, but I like stuff like that. Well, like, to give you an example, when I did my aftermath on the Dragon Zord versus Mechagodzilla, I had people I had people saying this. Well, I had one person saying this or something like that. Damn it. Put this down a little bit. I had people saying stuff like, where's the dude? That's him. But let me get to where he commented on. Here it is. Let me first see if they would say Sasuke blitzes and stuff. So this was the dude. He says, well, Sasuke gets an easy win. And I tell him that, tell him this as soon as this loads. Yep, fuck. I tell him this. Just some advice. Please do, and I repeat, please do some research on Hiei's full capabilities before you start making judgments. And I really do mean research Hiei to the fullest. We do not need any people saying Sasuke for the win or anything else like that without any explanation. All because you don't know much about Hiei. It's not all because you don't know much about Hiei. Sorry, I misread that. Because it's not a debate if someone has no knowledge of one character's capabilities, one of the combatants, and so on and so forth. So please do a huge amount of research on Hiei before you make your final judgment and stuff like that. Cause it's like it really isn't. It really isn't a fucking debate if someone has no knowledge of either damn character, of whatever character it may be. The way I always saw what debates are supposed to be is that a debate has to be when a guy, whoever it may be, knows or at least has some knowledge of a character, of a specific character, and all that sort of stuff. If a person has no knowledge of a character that they A, never heard of, B, a character that a series that they never seen but heard of the character but never watched the series, or anything else like that, then don't be involved. Unless you do like really amounts of research to get the full understanding and knowledge of the character, don't get involved in a thing that you don't know. You know? Don't get involved. What? I don't. The fuck? No. No, what? Sorry about that. For some reason, it just stopped. Anyways. And it's like, don't get involved in something that you don't know of a character of. It's not hard to do so. Like there's many times where I know one character but don't know the other one. You don't see me stick my damn nose into something that I don't know of, or at least take the time to research the character that I don't know of. You know, it's like it's just like if you have no knowledge of what the character's full capability is, either research the character or don't don't even get involved and get involved to the next matchup that you may know of, you know? Like it's not hard. Yeah, like it's not a hard concept to understand and stuff like that. Like that's what sometimes gets on my nerves about some people, that they they rather have it a one-sided conversation, making it seem like they're right and they can never be wrong. And it's like, no. You can be right on some things and be completely wrong on other things. Like, you can be right on some things and you can be wrong on other things, you know. That's happened to me many times. There's times where I'm right on things and wrong on other things, you know? And it's like and it's like but I don't treat I'm always right on everything. I've never admitted I'm right on everything and all that. But to these people rather be the ones that are right and make you look like the one that's wrong all the damn time. They rather make you look like a fucking fool than really be civil about it, really be responsible or professional about it. Like, for example, in my Aang versus Edward video, where I say it's a bad matchup, people had this high money fucking attitude. I do plan on making a video reading the comments of my Aang versus Ed video because it's an interesting one. But it's like, half of those people, I'm confident, didn't even watch the damn video. Because they make these random points. They make these random, damn, I forgot the word. But they say these things and it gives me the impression that they didn't watch the fucking video. Especially the part where I said in the video itself, I said that in the description of that video, I had a link to a article of Aaron Yeager from Attack on Titan versus Edward Eric, and in that article, there was a guy in the comments of that article explaining the connections of Aaron versus Edward, because I knew people were going to say, what the hell's the connections, because it's not like they bothered to look it up. And it's like, I knew that was going to happen, so I gave a link. But did people really fucking click the link? No. Did people really heard me saying that there was a link? No. So it's like, the fuck's wrong with you? Really? What the hell's wrong with you that instead of doing the something that I said, well, not that, let me scratch that part up. It's not hard to click something in the description of a link of one of your questions you have. You know? It's not hard. And I shouldn't be the one telling them this, but I have to, because it's not like they're going to understand it. It's not like it's going to get for their fixed skulls. So it's like I'm here telling them something so obvious that for some reason they want to make it a fucking problem. They want to make it a pain in the ass, then follow through. Anyways, sorry for that little tirade. You know, and it's just crazy to think that. It's crazy to think of how narrow-minded some people are. Anyways, see. Anyone else have any other conversations to talk about? Well, I recently learned that Granbull likes Gone versus Midoriya. Oh my god. That's it. Really, Granbull, to be real, he's an idiot. Like, realistically speaking, he has like this ego problem, like severely an ego problem. He has this high mighty, I think, attitude where, like, he's not open minded when it comes to matchups. He really isn't. And he thinks of the most stupidest fucking matchups in the damn world, like Akuma versus Juggernaut. Seriously, what the fuck is that? And then he does Shura versus Atrocity. Fuck off. Atrocity is not Atrocity. And it's like, fucking who thinks of this? This is some idiot's fucking wet dream of ideas of matches. It really is. Like, I'm sure he's a cool dude in real life. Like, I never met him, but I'm sure he's like a cool dude in real life or some shit like that. But he's not good when it comes to matches. He has like a very poor taste in matches. He really does. When I told him that Han Solo versus Star-Lord was better, motherfuckers claimed that that wasn't a good matchup at all or something like that. And when I did and then when I did my Aang versus Edward video, he says that Joseph Joestar and Edward Eric has no real connections besides that their series involves a red stone. If you've seen Full Metal Alchemist and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2, you would understand by red stone. And that's not true, because in the fucking video I explained the connections of Joseph Joestar and Edward Eric in the same fucking video, so I know for a fact he didn't bother to listen to that. That's for a fact right there. And then he says Aaron versus Edward makes no sense, even though I clearly said in the video I have a link in the damn description of a guy explaining what's the connections between Aaron versus Edward is, and like I said, and like I said, no one bothered to fucking look at the description and go to the fucking link, and he was one of them. And then he makes this bogus ass claim of the connections with Aang versus Edward, and it's like, dude, you do know you can imply that to any fucking body. You know? You can imply that same logic. You can apply that same fucking logic to any damn body. And it's like, no. The fact that Granbull has this idea, this false idea of fucking that Granbull has, the mind of Granbull is fucking backwards. Like, hey, what's up, Elastic? You can't. The fact that this dude says in the comments of the connections of Aang versus Edward, I'm saying, like, you can imply that to any fucking body else. That's not an argument, guy. That's not an argument. That's not a convincing argument, my guy, because you can apply that to anybody else. Sasuke versus Hiei. Fucking, who else? Killua versus Kinkachi, for God's sakes. Who else? Who else? Who else? Um, Midoriya versus Asta. Melados versus, um, uh, Melados versus, Asta, Melados versus somebody. I know there's somebody. Um, Trevor Belmont versus Joseph Joestar. Gintoki versus um Zoro from One Piece. Like, you can imply that to anybody. Okay? If you've seen his comment, you can tell that you can apply that to any fucking match. And it's like, for fuck's sakes, my guy. Again, you seem like a cool dude, and I'm confident you're a cool guy in real life. But god damn, are you such naive? You have this naive fucking mind that it baffles me. It fucking baffles me on how you have this particular mindset of these types of things, and it's like, the hell. Let me see what else. Thank you for having someone to say. I've seen him saying no to good matches like Master Splinter versus. I see him. Really? He says no to Master Splinter versus Master Shiva? Get the fuck out of here, Grand Bull. See what else. Not only that, but he also hates reusing characters in his trailers. So he also comes up with Pyro versus Pyro versus he he has good match. And it's like like see, Pyro versus Reaper. Yeah, that's dumb. The only thing I can think of is that they're brutal guys that wear masks. Um, but like with what Red Elastic said, there is no rule. Okay, let me say this right now to anybody who wants to do trailers or scores or anything like that. There's no rule saying that there's a limited amount of times that you can reuse a character in anything. There's no rule saying that you can't use multiple characters in either scores or trailers or anything else like that. Because, for example, look at me. Take, for example, my trailers. Do you know how many damn times I've used Unarakame from Persona 4? Do you know how many times I've used them? Well, you can even see right here. Unarakame. Watch. I've used them in Jotaro Kujo versus Narakame. I've used him against in this Narakame versus Ragna, even though I guess you can count that as a battle mode trailer, but it still counts as a trailer. I know there's fucking more ahead in there. I know there is. I've used them multiple times in everything. So it's like, there's no rule saying you can't. There's no rule saying that there's a limited amount of times you can use a character, like 5 or some shit like that. There isn't. There fucking isn't. Like, And the fact that um that's a thing somehow is kind of baffling to me. And it's like, try telling that to Gaming Guy, JR, and Sonic the Hedgehog. No offense, dudes. I love your scores, but they shouldn't limit themselves to how many times you should reuse a character. That's what I'm saying. There's no, there's no rule saying how many times you can use, a limit of how long, how much you can use a character. I've used characters, reused characters many damn times. I even reuse songs multiple times. You know? There's no rule saying you can't. And there's also not a rule saying that a person can claim ownership of a match. Just because, and I remember Red Elastic said this. And again, I don't want to make this seem like I'm like hating on people who do this. If you do that, that's fine. I'm just saying why I don't agree on that. One of the things I also don't like is when people say they can't do a matchup because it's already been done. And it's like, you do know no one can claim ownership on a match. Start using characters at some point, but I don't want to reuse too much. That don't that no like like I'm not saying to reuse characters like let's say you use one character and then the next trailer you use another one or something like that. Like, I'm not saying you can use, like, let's say you use a character and then the next trailer or score, you use the same character and you do that over that gets overboard. But I'm saying, like, there's no limit to how much you can use them. Like, keep them, like, if you want to keep them apart, like, have separate things like I do, like, I usually wait until, like, 1 or 2 months to use a character again. Because if I keep using a character like, let's say, Carnage for every trailer, that's going to get repetitive because I'm using the same character. So I usually have like a wait time on when I can use him again. That's how I do it. But I always use him when that time is there and stuff like that. You know? And with the matchups, no one claims ownership. No one can claim ownership on a match. They can't. How many times have you think Goku versus Superman has been done? That's been done to death. Before Death Battle did it. By that logic, Death Battle couldn't do it because other people did the same match. You know, they can't claim ownership of a fucking match. It's just a match. Like, Bat in the Sun from that did Superpower Beatdown. They did Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man 2099. They did that. No, they did that second. Cartoon Fight Club did Batman Beyond versus 2099 Spider-Man first, and then Bat in the Sun did it, and then Death Battle did it. Do you think Cartoon Fight Club is just gonna? Do you think Bat in the Sun or Death Battle couldn't do those because Cartoon Fight Club did that? No. What's up, Jeremy? Like, you people have their own takes in matches. You know, when Bat in the Sun, when Cartoon Fight Club did Batman Beyond versus 2099 Spider-Man, they did their version of it, and then Band of Sun did theirs. Now, granted, you can say Band of Sun only does votes, so whoever wins depends on who has the highest votes instead of research and all that. So even if Spider-Man from 2099 won the votes, then that's because it was votes and stuff like that, and all that sort of stuff. But even still, that was their take on the match, on what they think. And then Death Battle does their version of Batman Beyond versus 2099 Spider-Man. Matchups is what their takes on. Dual Dreamer even said it himself. I remember in his reaction to the Dragon Zord versus Mechagodzilla, he made a joke saying in his battle mode version of Dragon Zord versus the Mechagodzilla, he was making a joke that Death Battle stole his idea or something like that, and people got mad saying no they don't and stuff like that, or Death Battle is stealing his ideas or something like that. And it's like, in that same damn video, Duo Dreamer says that no one can claim ownership of a match. They can't. Watch, I'll get the video right here. Watch, I'll get the video right here. Actually, let me just look it up, damn it. Duo Dreamer. I'm glad you're feeling fine, Jeremy, on this Friday. Watch. Let me get his reaction to the Dragon Zord versus Mechagodzilla. This dude says it correctly. This dude also spoke the truth. Where is it? Here it is. Damn it, ads. Now go away, ads. I do not care.
Hello everyone, this is Duo Dreamer. So yes, today I'm going to be watching and reacting to what appears to be the most requested, or Kiryu, whatever you want to call him, versus the Dragon Zord. A lot of people...
No, wait, my bad. Sorry, I made one mistake. This was not it. It was his Axel versus It was his Axel versus reaction. Axel, where is it? My mistake. I accidentally thought, but like I think he's said or something like that. My mistake. Where's his Axel video? Did he delete it? No, here it is. I'm stupid. It was right fucking there. Watch. It's here. I know. Watch it here.
Seriously, Flat Zone? You know, it's bad enough that Death Battle stole. Now the show is going to be doing Mechagodzilla versus the Dragon Zord. But now you? Seriously? Now, Limit Break Showdown, your show is going to be doing Cody Travers versus Axel Stone. A battle that has never been done from any show. Except my show, Battle Mode. And you guys are going to do it now?
Like,
I want royalties. Seriously, I want royalties. And if I don't get my royalties, I am going to copyright claim this video that I'm going to be reacting tonight.
Like you can tell, like, in his tone, he's joking. Cause
I'm just joking around, guys. You know me. I don't care if other shows like Limit Break Showdown or even Fatal Conflict or Animation Rewind or Death Battle or even Super Power Beatdown doing a battle that battle mode has done first. Because to be honest with you, there's no written rule that other shows can't do the same type of battles. I mean, come on, guys. And I know some people were telling me, "Oh, Death Battle has stolen your idea of Mechagodzilla versus Dragonzord." I'm like, I don't care. Plus, I know it's gonna be 10 times better than mine. You know what I mean? So anyway, yes, I'm here today to watch and react.
Look, he said there's no fucking rule saying that one has ownership of a match. They just don't.
But I don't want to take credit for it. Although, Ford, please stop Willie. I tell you this, guys, I knew that Flat Zone was going to do what he has in store. Mine. You know what I mean? More like slow and be feeling than mine. You see what I mean? So,
I know he says it probably at the end of it. I know, like, I'm not watching the whole thing. I just know for a fact he says it.
did a real awesome
Here.
job. So anyway, guys, better than mine. You know what I mean? But hitting where he does tell us Cody just escape his fight, and cop, and of course if you see someone part of that gang, like say trying to, so it was good, and making every hit and using the oil barrel to end this battle. So I enjoyed that very much. He actually won both versions, my version and Gabriel's version of this. So I'd like to know your guys' victory. See my version. What YouTube channel and check out more of my thoughts on my channel. That's Zone's YouTube channel.
Nah, fuck it. But you know what I mean, right? He even admitted that no one can claim ownership on a match. No one can. No one can physically. See you, Red Elastic. But like I was saying, no one can claim ownership on a match at all. Damn, you're really serious about this. Hell yeah, I'm fucking serious about this. Because I'm tired of people having this false fucking narrative that just because one person did a match, therefore no one else can. Fucking Goku versus Superman has been done to fucking death. And before Death Battle even fucking did it. So what, that doesn't give them the right to fucking do it? They did that shit 2 times. Ryu versus Jin was another example of a match that's been done to fucking death. And they still did it. It's just like, I hate when people think this false information. I really do. I hate the fact that people think that they don't reuse characters because like if there's some limit to how much they can use them, and they can't do matches that because other people did it, and it's like, for fuck's sakes, no. This isn't rocket science. It's not hard. It's not fucking hard to understand something that obvious. There's matchups look at me. I'm doing Joe versus Adon. Joe versus Adon has been done 2 times. So what? Doesn't give me the right to do it? I don't know. It's just like, I just don't like telling people something so obvious, but yet sometimes I have to. That's why the Grand Bull gets on my nerves a lot. Again, like I say, he's probably a cool dude in real life. I'm confident he is, or something like that. But fuck me, is he so naive when it comes to matches? Well, I don't really care about Goku versus Superman. I never watched Dragon Ball, and I'm a Marvel fan. And also, no matter who wins, it's always gonna be debunked. Yeah, but it's like with the Grand Bull has this has this ego, has this false narrative that this matchup is good because he thinks it is, you know? And he's not open minded to matches at all. And it's a pain because when you try telling him something so fucking obvious, he'd rather brush it off than actually fucking see your argument. You know? It's just bad how this dude, how Granbull sees matches. It really is. When this is the same fucking dude that thought Ghost Rider versus Lobo was a good matchup. Let that sink in. A matchup that not many people wanted because for one, they don't have much in common. And two, the most highly requested opponent for Ghost Rider was Spawn. I don't care who the fuck says who goes against that. I don't care because you know it's true. Granbull said somehow Ghost Rider versus Lobo was good. I don't think I need to tell you how wrong that is. But anyways, Granbull has he really isn't cut out for matchups. He really isn't. He think there's matchups he thinks of that are good, but that's on the rare occasions. Most of the matches he does he does are dumb. They really are. He just Gramble has a bad taste of ideas. I remember back when I wasn't making scores that he told me he doesn't like Gon versus Yusuke because their powers aren't similar. For fuck's sake, Scramble. It doesn't matter if their powers are similar or not. What matters is if the connection sells. Doesn't matter what the fuck the powers are. Look at fucking Goku versus Superman. Superman does not have the same powers of Goku. I don't see Superman doing the fucking Kamehameha and turning Super Saiyan. But like the reason why Goku versus Superman, even if their powers aren't fucking similar, the connection still makes sense because they were both aliens from a planet of an alien race that got destroyed, and they were sent to Earth and eventually became the heroes of that Earth and all that. It doesn't matter if their powers are not the same. If the connection can fucking sell, then that's all that matters. That's why I say Grand Bull has a very shit taste in matchups. He has a very naive mind. He really does. He's very naive. Again, like I said, like what you said, Gaming Guy, some of his ideas are good, but most of the time, they suck balls. I mean, they really suck balls. Don't worry, I'll start animating. I was just wanting to have a chat and take a little break and all that sort of stuff. I was trying to see if anything happened, if any new things popped up or something like that. Cause you never know. I was like, are you serious? Just because they don't have similar powers, that doesn't mean it's a bad idea. I kind of like these shit. And I was like, are you serious? Just because they don't have similar powers, that doesn't mean it's a bad idea. And he likes Juggernaut versus Akuma with no similar powers. Hypocrisy of Grand Bull. Hell, even Izuku versus Gon doesn't even have the same fucking powers. Really. Gon versus Izuku don't Gon and Izuku don't have the same powers. So by that logic, that can't happen. By his same fucking logic, Gon versus Izuku can't happen because because their powers are not the same. If you watch Hunter x Hunter and My Hero Academia, you can tell both Gon and Izuku's powers are not the same. So going by his own logic, that can't happen either. I like having these kinds of chats too. I don't know why. It's like it's a new. It's to me it's fun because you don't get much. You don't get to talk much about these sorts of things. So it's nice to talk about with people about these things. But it's like going by that same logic, Gon versus Midoriya can't happen because their power sets are different. Not gonna lie, this is the first time that I hear you talk. Just saying. Yeah, that's alright. Most of the time, I just use text for my videos, but there's also videos where I use my voice on things. You know? Yeah. The fuck? No. Ah, come on. Stream, don't do this now. Again, my bad. The stream just turned off. But yeah, there's videos where I talk with my real voice, and there's videos where it's mostly just text. You know? Like I have no real problems using my real voice in videos and all that sort of stuff. I really have no problem. It's just that there's there's times where I just don't feel like it and stuff like that or something like that. Man, I really need that conversation. Anytime, gaming guy, I'm always here for discussions. I will answer anybody's questions no matter what. No matter what it is, I'll always answer whatever questions people may have. And if it goes into a conversation on anything, I'm always willing to do that. Because there's times where someone needs to speak the fucking truth. Like, the one thing I feel people don't really give like, the one thing, like, you can criticize me on anything. Like, I have no problem with that. Hell, you don't need to even like me. But I've never the one thing I've um never is shy to do is be honest with the things I say. I'm if I think something is dumb, I'm gonna tell you why I think it's dumb. I'm not like many people who won't say what's dumb and what isn't dumb. I'm not afraid to speak my mind on something, whether it's a popular opinion or not. You know? I'm not afraid to speak my mind on whatever. Because there's times where I see people not speaking up on dumb things or anything else like that, and I'm like, speak up. You have a voice for a reason. In some ways, I'm like CM Punk from WWE. I have the balls to say things that no one else has the balls to say. When I say this shit's dumb, I'll say my reason as to why I think this is dumb. And it's like, no matter what it is, I'll always say what's on my mind. If I think something's dumb, then I'm going to tell you why I think it's dumb. If I'm going to, and no matter what it is, no matter what it is, I'll tell you why I think this is dumb. Because fuck that. No, no one has, no one has ownership of you. Fuck that. You have a voice. We have a voice. And if you want to speak up about it, no matter what it may be, go right ahead. Who cares what the fuck people think? You know? Who gives a damn what other people think? As long as you as long as you say what you feel like you need to say, who cares what other people think? You know? Get that thing out of your chest because trust me, it will it will be there because you don't find the need to release it or something like that. That's why I'm glad I was in I was a 2000s person because I was alive in the 2000s, and that's when people were fucking people. That was when people actually were fucking people. Not like in today's era where everyone's so fucking offended, everyone's so soft now. It's like, don't be those people. Don't cater to those people of people being offended over every damn thing. Don't do that. One interesting conversation would be talking about our most wanted battles. I actually made a video showing my top 20 wanted battles. Alright, let's talk about most wanted death battles. I did have plans on doing a season 6 prediction because I did do a season 5 prediction on what matchups would be for season 5. And roughly I had two right in the list. I called Jotaro versus Kenshiro would be there, and Sora versus Pit. And there was supposed to be one for season 6, but then the Brandon Yates, the dude that does the scores for Death Battle, got mad because I used his Mega Mania with saying somehow I took money from him from that and somehow claimed ownership of it, and it's like, no, dude, I'm just giving the word out and stuff. Like calm the fuck down. And then the dude goes to Rooster Teeth, strikes my video down, and strikes many other scores I uploaded from Brandon Yates, like Infection Perfection and Devil in the Night, and then Course of Carnage and all that sort of stuff. Strikes those down, and I had to wait for fucking like 2 months just for the strike to be gone and stuff. And by that point, I was like, fuck it, there's no point of doing the season 6 prediction now because we're already halfway in the like. And when that was over, I got a strike on the Ben 10 versus Green Lantern AMV I did from Rooster Teeth. Strike my fucking video. Strike the AMV. And I had to wait 3 months for that to expire as well. So it's like, fuck it, there's no point in doing the prediction list now because we're already halfway in the season, so there's no point to it, because really the only point of making it is early in the season. You know? Because if you do it halfway, there's no point to it because it's almost over. We're all almost over with the season. You know? So now, but at least I can do my top 10 death battles I want to see happen. Now, I can tell you some matchups I want to see happen. One of the matches I want to see is Red Hood versus Winter Soldier. That fight needs to happen. What else? Jury from Street Fighter versus Melina from Mortal Kombat. What else? What else? What else? What else? Travis Touchdown versus Scott Pilgrim. That has to happen. Kenshin from Roman Kenshin versus Jintoki from Gintama. Ryoko Matoi from Kill la Kill versus Masan Amaha from Witchblade. That's another one I want to see happen. That's one of my most wanted female fights I want to see happen. primarily because of the fan service, if you know what I'm talking about. Because if you've seen Witchblade and I almost said Hunter x Hunter, if you've seen Witchblade and Kill a Kill, you would know why one of the reasons why I want to see that. Because when you're, because I have one of those minds of, let's say, Issei from High School DxD, and I've admitted I have that, and I'm not ashamed of it. And I want to see that fight not only because of the amount of gloriness that both women have from their nice looking figures, but also because it's really one of the fights that really makes the most sense besides Ryoko versus Shadow. And it's the most popular request for both of them, so. And then there's Mirror Jane from Fairy Tail versus Roz Gremory from High School DxD. Another fight I want to see. And then Medaka from Medakavox versus Momoyo from an anime that I always forget the name of. And so many others. I have a list of matchups I want to see happen, and I do plan on making that video come to fruition. But the one matchup, if you were to tell me what matchup out of all the ideas I want, if you were to tell me one matchup I want the most to happen in Death Battle, the number one most wanted matchup I want in Death Battle, if you told me out of all the other ideas, hands down it would be Akira Kurusu from Persona 5 versus Velvet Crow from Tales of Berseria. That's my most wanted Death Battle. Hands down, that's my most wanted Death Battle. Hands down, my most wanted Death Battle by far. If you want to check that out, I'll check it out. Just let me get done with this scene right here. And get done with this. But yeah, I am hoping to see if I can get or Origin to do the the third episode of my Versus series. I haven't really talked to Origin in a while because he's, I don't know, I don't want to interrupt him with the stuff he's doing. Hopefully, like, if he's on today on Discord, I'll text him again to see. Because it's been a while since I've chatted with him and stuff like that. He hasn't uploaded a video yet. He must be busy. Who, Red Elastic? Or is it someone else you're referencing? When you say he's busy, he must be busy. Who are you referring to? Oh, Origin. Is it Origin? Oh yeah. I actually know why he hasn't uploaded because he told me. He's been working on a project for 1 Minute Melee, because he got in 1 Minute Melee. He's in a long time ago, somewhere like I think 6 months ago or something like that. He made it into Hiron's dojo. So he told me that he was working on a project on a match or something like that. And I want for to see what it was. I asked what is it, and he said he couldn't tell me because it's like classified. But and I was like, ah, right. So it must be pretty big. It must be a pretty big project on whatever match he's doing or something like that. It must be big if it's taken this long. Like I'm not saying like he should be rushing it. I'm not saying that because I know animations can take a long time, a very long time. But I'm saying like the project on whatever match he's doing has to be huge for it to be this long. Then again, the season finale of Aizen versus Madara took like fucking what 7 months just to get released or some shit like that. I I hope Aizen wins. Theoretically, he kinda did, but just ended in a draw because it said to be continued. I don't know. Oh hell yeah, Origin's a very talented animator. All right, let's see your video. But yeah, Origin's a fantastic animator. Yeah, it's the reason why I'm friends with him on Discord and stuff. He's a really nice guy. One of these days, I want to do a collaboration with the dude. I really do. I want to do like a collaboration with Origin. I love that. Let's see here. But yeah, he's very talented dude. He really is. There's other collaborations I want to do with people. You know, there's like multiple types of people. Like I want one day I want to do a collaboration with Duo Dreamer and stuff like that. That would be an interesting one. Anyways, let's get on with the video. So number 20, I guess. SpongeBob versus Gumball. That's a fight I can see happen. It does make sense. I made the song. It's not really a good song. Jonathan Joestar versus Simon Belmont. I can see that one happening as well. I can see Jonathan Joestar fighting Simon Belmont. Rayman versus Pac-Man. I don't fully get this one. I don't fully get this one. Oh, it's not a countdown, by the way. I know. Why did you pick Rayman versus Pac-Man? By the way, I don't think I get that one. Why why Rayman versus Pac-Man? That's what I want to know because I don't fully get the connections between them. Probably because I haven't really played any of the Rayman games, so I don't really fully get fully don't know the thing. I don't know. I really just really like the idea. I mean, I guess Katana versus Juvia. Yeah, but yeah, that fight's pretty much guaranteed to happen. Connection wise, it sucks. Like connections wise for Juvia and Quintana, it sucks because the only thing they really have in common is that they both use water. They're both water mages, water types, and that's really all. It's not like Juvia and Katana have like a similar personality trait or anything else like that. It's not like have both have the same personality or something like that or anything else. They just use water and like I can get why people want to see it, but like when you look at like connections wise of what they have in common, it's kind of like generic because all they really have is that they use their water types and that's just it. But I'll be interested to see the fight. I'll be down with seeing Juvia versus Katana, which is also a good thing because Avatar would finally get a loss in Death Battle, because Toph beat Gara and Aang beat Edward. Katana can't beat Juvia because Juvia's body's made of water, so nothing can really penetrate through Juvia. And even if somehow Katana can, Juvia has shown to just even make herself like a puddle of water and still not die, because that's her what her body is just made of water. So it's like I don't see how Quintana can beat Juvia because of that. So while this match is guaranteed to happen, I'm very confident that Juvia would most likely win. Plus, fairy tale wins are always welcome because realistically, Fairy Tail should not be put up against One Piece. They really shouldn't. Matchups with One Piece versus Fairy Tail characters fucking suck because both series are not similar. They're fucking not. Fairy Tail is not similar to One Piece. Both have completely different premises. Both have different fucking characters and all that. Doesn't matter if the powers are the same, like Natsu and Ace, but they both series have nothing in common, and each characters have nothing in common with each other. That's why I fucking hate. One thing that came to my mind is, can Kitana control Juvia since she's made of water? That's debatable, but I still don't think that would necessarily kill Juvia because she's water. You can't really kill water. You know? It's not like if Kitana could just separate Juvia in half or something like that. Because you can't separate water. You can't kill water. That'd be like you trying to fight air. You know, it's just physically impossible. Yeah, I don't like One Piece versus Fairy Tail matchups either. Thank you. I'm always thinking to myself, why do people put Fairy Tail against One Piece? The series are not the fucking same, and the matchups are fucking dumb. That's why I can't stand Natsu versus Ace and Urza versus Zoro. With Natsu versus Ace, the only thing they have is that they use fire. That's it. And even still, that's a one-sided fight. There's no way in hell Natsu would lose in a fight against Ace. You have a character whose whole body is made of fire versus a guy who can eat almost any type of fire except his own. Natsu has shown that he can eat any type of fire except his own. And Ace's whole body is made of fire. You know? You can't. Ace would never win. Because you're putting him against a guy that can physically eat fire. You know? And I like how the fact some people say Ace can't die from fire attacks. The only way Juvia is to keep the only way to defeat Juvia is to keep her away from water and both control water. So Juvia easily wins, yeah. Because it's like if you try to keep Juvia away from water, that would work if the opponent she's fighting was not someone who already uses water. Kitana already uses water, so it's not like Juvia can not use Kitana's water, you know. And it's like I said with Natsu versus Ace, the fact that Ace's whole body is made of fire and Natsu can eat almost any types of fire except his own kind of gives you the impression of, all right, we already know who's going to win just by knowing what it is. So it's like it's pointless to put Natsu against Ace because you obviously know who the fuck's going to win because of the fucking scenario. Just by looking at the characters, you already know who's gonna win. You have a guy who's made of fire and a guy who can eat fire. Put two and two together and you understand who wins by default. When you don't even need to see them fight. You already know who's the winner. And with Zoro versus Urza, that was bullshit. I don't care what people say. That was bullshit. They removed almost everything from Urza. Almost every armor from Urza. Where the hell was Urza's Nakagami armor? It's not like the battle was made before the Nakagami armor was even fucking made. No. Urza got the Nakagami armor, I think, somewhere back in 2014. And the battle came out in 2016, so it's not like she didn't have the fucking thing. And then they downplay Urza to the fucking brim, and it's like, wow. To the point where you think you wonder, did the researchers even seen Fairy Tail? Did they even bother to even watch any episodes she was in? Because when you look at the analysis of Urza, you can tell it was shit. You know? You can tell it was half-assed. Almost nothing was included at all. I can't stand that episode. That has to be my most disagreed episode by far. I can't stand that episode. I really can't. Anyways, Ninja Turtles versus Lego Ninjago. Someone actually requested me to do that trailer, to do a trailer on that match, and I like it. I remember seeing Lego Ninjago years ago and stuff like that. So it's like I remember watching Lego Ninjago years ago, and I always liked the series. I don't watch it now. In fact, I'm far from the series. I don't even know what's happening now in the series. So beats me what they have now. But I remember seeing it years ago. Like I think I can't remember which season, but I think it was somewhere in the early seasons. And I always liked the premise of fucking Legos, but ninjas. And I'm like, so when someone requested me to do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Lego Ninjago, I was like, oh shit, I remember Lego Ninjago. Oh, I loved that show. Oh, you was the guy that requested. All right, my bad. Lego Ninjago's ended. But I'm saying like years ago, I remember seeing Lego Ninjago years ago. So I don't. I think it was like in the early seasons of Lego Ninjago. So, but I loved that series. I really do. You don't get shows like that anymore, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna do that trailer. I will, and it'll be my first ever team battle trailer I've ever done. Because I never did a team battle trailer at all. So this will be the first one, guaranteed. This will be a trailer. So your request will be fulfilled. Alright, let's see the next one. Star-Lord versus a guy from Star Wars. Who's that? I don't remember. I find the idea better than Street. I find the idea better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Straight Sharks. Yeah, that's true. And you're welcome. I guarantee you that that trailer of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Lego Ninjago will be fulfilled. It might take me a while because I have to download the clips from from the scenes that the teams are fighting in, so it's gonna take me a while, but it will happen, guaranteed it will happen. Anyways, so Star Lord versus a guy from Star Wars. I'd never seen that character at all in Star Wars. Is he a character that appeared in the movies, or was he in the comics or cartoons? Where is he from? Like, which one is he? I know he's from Star Wars, but like, what series of Star Wars? Star Lord. Star Lord versus Simon Wren. Star Wars. Star Wars Rebels. She's a girl, by the way. Oh shit. Anyway, but like I knew she was from Star Wars, so but I never seen Star Wars. I never really watched it. I know some of the characters, and I know some of the Star Wars Rebels, the cartoon. Okay, like I never seen Star Wars, and I never really, and I, but I know some of the characters, and I know like some the story elements of what happens in there. And obviously, I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I've watched both movies. I still say the first one was better. I still think the first movies of Guardians of the Galaxy was better than the second one. It's not to say the second movie was bad, but I just think the first one was better. Um, Honestly, I think the best matchup for not Han, Star Lord is Han Solo from Star Wars. I don't know, that matchup always made sense to me. Anyways, let's continue on. Gon versus Yusuke. This has to happen. This has to happen. It's really the most logical matchup of all the other ideas I've seen that Gon and Yusuke's put up against. Like, there's two matchups I've seen that can physically work for Yusuke, and that's either Ichigo from Bleach or Inuyasha from Inuyasha. And with Gon, the one I've seen him also put up against is Mako from. No, wait, let me look it up. I forgot her name. Gon. Yeah, Mako. That was her name. From Kill la Kill. I can see her also being like another one that could work for Gon. Not the best one, but I can see this somewhat happening. And with, like I said, Ichigo also works for Yusuke, and Inuyasha also works for Yusuke. I mean, I really like Danny Phantom, but I don't like Danny versus Yusuke. It's not a bad matchup, but it's one of those where it really feels like it should happen more for like a DBX or a one in melee, but not a death battle. You know, because really they don't have a strong connection to be a death battle. And most people really want to see Jake Long from American Dragon fight fight Danny Phantom. That is his most popular request. Danny Phantom versus Jake Long from American Dragon. Alright, next. The Minions. The Minions versus the Rabbits. Oh lord. Oh lord, oh lord. I should get ready for the amount of screaming and yelling this episode would have. You know, I should get ready for that. Next, the Xenomorph versus who? I never seen this one. I've seen the Alien movies, but I never seen the other one. Who's the other one? It's the Xenomorph versus who? Who is it? The Harvesters from Independence Day. Oh, I see, I see. Um, Fuck, I know the dude with the blue bandana. I always forget his name, but I know what series he's in. He's from Beyblade Metal Fusion. I know he's from Beyblades. I know for a fact because I've seen it. I've seen Beyblades. It'll make a it'll make for a great episode in my opinion, especially when the queens show up. Yeah, that's true. But anyways, for the next match, the guy from Beyblades, I always forget this dude's name. Versus who the hell is the kid with the blue hair? Ginka Ginkai Ginka versus Riki from B Diamond Crossfire. I never seen that one. I never seen it. I've seen Beyblades. I know for a fact I've seen Beyblades. Me too. I love Beyblade Metal Fusion. That was the first anime of Beyblades I've seen. It was the first ever um anime series of Beyblades I've seen. Kind of remind me a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh in some ways mostly because of the art style. Reminded me of Yu-Gi-Oh. But I love. Yeah, pretty good similarities. Again, I never seen Diamond Crossfire. And I never heard of that one, but I've seen Beyblades. I have to get back into that series. I really do. My first anime was that or Pokemon. My first anime was Yu-Gi-Oh. Believe it or not, it was from Yu-Gi-Oh. I remember seeing it back in 2007, and it was the first Yu-Gi-Oh, not GX or 5Ds. It was the first Yu-Gi-Oh. I For some reason I never continued watching Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know why. It's not like I didn't like it. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. If you were to tell me which one would I pick, either from the Kings of 2000 shows of Yu-Gi-Oh, Bakugan, Beyblades, Pokemon, and Digimon, hands down, I'll be picking Yu-Gi-Oh all the way. Watch Demon Crossfire. I'll check it out. I'll check it out because it seems interesting. But it's like if you were to tell me which one would I pick from the Kings of 2000 shows of the best shows from 2007, hands down I'll be out Yu-Gi-Oh all the way. Let's see what else. What else? Mickey Mouse versus Bugs Bunny. That makes sense. That has a high chance of happening. As long as they can get past Disney and Warner Brothers copyright. As long as if they can get past that, then it's golden. Kurama versus Kurapika. Hell yes. No other matchup for Kurama and Kurapika makes sense. This one is the ultimate battle that needs to happen. Kurama versus Kurapika has to happen. It's another one of my most wanted Yu Yu Hakusho versus Hunter x Hunter matchups. It has to happen. Okay, next. Spider-Man versus Blue Beetle. Agreed. Because when you really think about it, Kurama versus Kurapika is hands down the best match because they're strikingly similar, and the creator of Hunter x Hunter even admitted that the inspiration for Kurapika was Kurama from Hunter x Hunter, from Yu Yu Hakusho, not Hunter x Hunter. I mean, they both have the word Kura in their names. They both use their weapons very similarly, and all that other stuff. When you look at Kurapika, you can tell both Kurama and Kurapika have strong similarities to each other. No doubt about it. Now for Spider-Man versus Blue Beetle. I've said it before and I'll always say it again. I don't think that should happen. I don't think Spider-Man versus Blue Beetle really needs to happen. I don't think so. Mostly because they don't have a strong connection. The only real thing they have in common is that they both have powers based on real life bugs. Okay, yeah. In my opinion, they have a lot of similarities. Both use long-range weapons, chains, and roses, and they both claim they're both calm and but can turn into psychos if they get mad. That's true. There's a lot of similarities between Kurama and Kurapika. So yeah. But for Spider-Man versus Blue Beetle, now we're talking about Spider-Man versus Blue Beetle. With Again, I don't think that should really happen because they don't really have a strong connection. The only thing they physically have in common is that their powers are based on real life bugs. Okay. I know for a fact spiders aren't bugs, but you know what I mean. Well, it's the only point I have for Spider-Man. I mean, like, you could somewhat put Spider-Man against Blue Beetle. You could, but like, to me, when you look at it connections wise, they don't really have much. Just they both have powers based on creatures from real life. But I'll tell you this: Spider-Man versus Blue Beetle at least makes a bit more sense than Agent Venom from Spider-Man versus Blue Beetle. That makes no sense. Nah, god damn it. You know? Um no fuck. Is the stream buffering? Is everything good? Just want to make sure. Is it still working? Is everything still running fine or something like that? All good. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. But anyways, um, with Spider-Man versus Blue Beetle, at least that one makes a bit more sense than Agent Venom versus Blue Beetle. That makes no sense. It really doesn't. Agent Venom versus Blue Beetle, that makes no sense. You know? That makes no sense. Agent Venom versus Blue Beetle. They have nothing in common besides having suits that can that can transform into things. So yeah, at least Spider-Man versus Blue Beetle is better than Agent Venom versus Blue Beetle. Anyways, next. Yeah, this was the fight. This was the animes you told me said about. I really don't have a full opinion on this because I've never seen this show. I've seen this, but only clips of it. I've never seen this, so I don't know. So I can't really get my full opinion on that. Jimmy Neutron versus Dexter. Yes, that is a guarantee to happen. That has a very high chance of happening. And I still think Jimmy Neutron would win against Dexter. So yeah. So for the next one, Cuphead versus Bendy. Yes, this has to happen as well. Cuphead versus Bendy makes a whole lot of sense. And so another one of those fights I want to see the most because of how awesome it is. Plus, it'll be the first it one of those old cartoon theme fights because both are based on those old cartoon styles from years ago where everything was black and white and all that sort of stuff. And they have like that similar feel to that. That would be a perfect episode. Give me for the win. Hell yeah. But like with Cuphead versus Bendy, it'll be like their first old style cartoon theme fight that they've done. Because both series are based on that old style feel of cartoons from years ago, where everything was black and white and all that sort of stuff. So that would be their first theme of those types of cartoons. You know? So this has to happen. The guy from Little Planet versus the hell is that? The guy from Little Planet versus who? Who's the dude? Yeah, it is the Little Planet versus who? I know the dude's called Sackboy. I know that, but who's the other guy? I really want to see this become, but there isn't much that I can say about Ben. I really want to see this become, but there isn't much they can say about Ben. Well, they could also count the mobile game of Bendy. They could also theoretically um talk about the like include the feats from the mobile game of Bendy. It doesn't strictly have to be the game, the chapters of Bendy. It could also be the mobile games of Bendy, the mobile game of Bendy. Plus, I think Chapter 2 of Bendy is supposed to come out at some time. Sackboy from La Plante versus Chibi Robo. Never heard of Chibi Robo. Next fight. Steve from Minecraft versus an inspiration of Minecraft. I've seen this one before, but I don't remember the name. But I know it was inspired by Minecraft. Right? There's a bendy mobile. Yeah. Um, I remember seeing it on some dude's channel. When I think it was called the Grit. Someone put Bendy versus Doodle Bob from SpongeBob, and they included feats from the mobile game of Bendy. So there is a mobile game, apparently. Let me see if I can look it up actually. Bendy and the Ink Machine mobile. Let's see. Bendy and the Ink Machine mobile. Let me see where is it? I know it too somewhere. No, not the fucking. Yeah, I know there's one somewhere. It's there it is. I seen it just now. Just now, watch. It was right there. I just seen it. I just seen it. Where is here? It is. This is the one. This is the one. Bendy in the Nightmare Run. That's the mobile one. That's the mobile game. Minecraft is terrible. Yeah, I knew. That this is the mobile game that I've seen. Bendy and Nightmare Run. Yeah, this was the mobile game where it's Bendy, I guess, running through demonic nightmares or something like that. They could theoretically just saw it on my phone, yeah. They could include stuff that he does in that game, cause he does have apparently Bendy has like weapons in there, some of them. So they could count this as well, not just the standalone one. So there's that. Next one, the Persona Battle Royale from Persona 1. No. Persona 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see why, but I rather prefer each Persona user to be in their own separate death battle. Like, with. I never played the first and second one, so I don't know who these two could face, but I played the third. No, wait. I played the third, the fourth, and the fifth. I played those. So I know. So I know who they could face. For Minato, For Minato, he should face what? Let me get the image for each one. Minato, Astro, Minato, Asriato. Minato has to fight S. That's who he should fight. Minato should fight S from Blaze Blue. That's who I see Minato should be facing. They're actually 6 Persona protagonists. Persona has 2 stories. Yeah. But like, anyways, for Minato, he has to fight S from Blaze Blue. There's no denying that this has to happen. Minato versus S. It's really the one I always saw making the most sense for Minato. So there's that. For Yunaru Kame, his opponent's obvious. Yunaru Kame versus Josuke. It's no brainer that Narukame will face Josuke from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. This is a guaranteed. Josuke versus Yu is most likely will happen because it's the most popular request out of the two. Ooh, someone even made an edit. Let's check this out real quick. Someone made an edit of this. Apparently, this person made. Someone apparently made. Like, this is guaranteed to happen of Yu versus Josuke. Oh shit, you cut off Josuke's arm. But this has a high chance of happening because when you really think about it, it's the most popular one between out of all the opponents that Josuke and you are put up against. So I feel like that has a very high chance of happening. So there's that. So yeah, Josuke versus you it will most likely will happen. Now for the last one, Akira versus Velvet. And like I said before, this has to happen. This battle, Akira versus Velvet, has to happen. It really is the better matchup than most of the ideas I've seen for both Akira and Velvet. Hands down has to happen. Anyways, let's continue on. Saki from an anime I remember seeing, but I can't remember the name, versus Mob from Mob Psycho 100. Hell yes, this has to happen. As a matter of fact, this was actually going to be the opponent for Mob in his return trailer. You know, it's it's that one fight I think makes the better sense because I've seen Mob always get put up against Tamaki from One Punch Man, and while that's a good idea, it's kind of overrated. Like it's overused way too much. You know what I mean? Two of the fights I like to see as DVX since they won't fit for Death Battle is Tank from Left 4 Dead versus Flesh Pound from Killing Floor, which was the second score I made, and Duck from the Duck games versus Stickman from Stick Fight the game, which I also made a score of. But yeah, so yeah, Saki versus Mob. That should happen. You know, I'm gonna save this for now. I think we've done a lot today. I think we should call it a day for now. Don't you think? So yeah. Um. So yeah. That's where I'm gonna call the end of the stream, cause I think we've done a lot today. But there will be another live stream tomorrow at the same time of 2:30. There will be another live stream. I know that. That is confirmed. All right. There'll be there will be another live stream, and it won't be animating Joe versus Higashi. It'll be doing another thing. It'll be animating Skite, not Skite, Kite from Hack. It'll be me animating like a test thing for Hack. Why am I always saying that? Kite from Hack. So I hope you look forward to that one. You're excited for that one? For me, it starts at 9 p.m. because I live in Europe. Okay. Well, I live like in the USA. I live in New York, so there's that. So yeah, the next live stream is going to be me animating Kite from Hack. So there's that. Well, never played that Hack. Eh, well, there is a long play on YouTube that someone did, so there's that. Well, that's all for today. Uh, there'll be another live stream tomorrow. So, and thank you for watching the stream and all that sort of stuff. And I'll see you all in tomorrow's live stream. See ya. Also, what's your Discord? It's the same name that I have on on the YouTube channel, but the name is this. What video was it? What video was that? No, I know it was a number. Um, I know for a fact it was here. I know it. That was in my Aang versus Edward video. I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was. Um, Comments load. Origin, where you at? Origin, I know it's here. No, it's here. Yep, here it is. This is where I tell him this. It's Trickyreborn Studios, and the number is this. It's 5456. Did you see it? Hmm? Did you get it, or do you want me to say it again? Let me check what's on my phone. It was 5, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Are you still here, gaming guy? I'll wait until. Did you find it? Hmm? If you couldn't find it, tell me yours so I can add it in. If you can't find mine, then tell me yours so I can add you. Did you find it, gaming guy? I like to believe. Well, I'm going to end the stream here. Hope you guys. No, it says stop.